There have been some worrying headlines on the media in the last couple of weeks. New coronavirus with potential to cause pandemic discovered in China. You remember this, December 2019, where they claimed this new virus, but it was only animal to animal. And then January of 2020, this turned into a pandemic with human-to-human transmission. So there are quite a few claims like this one. New coronavirus with the ability to spread to humans has been discovered in China, per researchers at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. And again, same as the title before, but different newspaper. New coronavirus with potential to cause pandemic discovered in China. Now, is this Corona 2.0 or is it the seasonal flu, but worse than previous years? 2,100% increase in influenza cases, Hubei province, China. And how some people have responded on X or Twitter. COVID is a scam. COVID 2.0 is a scam. Now, is it anything to worry about? Well, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But I think it's something to keep an eye on and something to keep in the back of your mind, not in the foreground of it. There are lots of journalists and people posting on social media related to this, and you can see quite a few videos of the hospitals in China dealing with a lot of people. Now, China does have a huge population of 1.4 billion people, and maybe this is the seasonal flu, and maybe there is an increase in hospital admissions related to the seasonal illness. Now, in China, if you're ill, you don't go to your local doctor, your local clinic, like in England, for example. You go to the hospital. Even if you got a bit of a cold, you would go to the hospital. There are not really, and I may get this wrong, or I might have this wrong, there are not really doctor clinics like private ones. There are, but people prefer to go to the hospital for symptoms of this. And usually the doctors will give them an IV drip, sit them down, and then go home at the end. So they'll be like day patients. But because there's a increase and this year and higher than 2024, this time last year, people are starting to worry, and maybe these are rumors coming out on social media. The Chinese newspapers like China Daily and Global Times are not covering this. But the thing is, with these people, these newspapers, these media in China, they are controlled by the government. They're not free to do what they want. They are controlled. So the freedom of speech with the newspapers is quite limited. They will have to get permission to print by their bosses in the CCP or the CPC, whatever you want to call it. Both is fine for those people who say it's the CPC. Oh, idiots with that. Regardless, I'm going off topic. So there is no news with this, and they may say there's an increase of the flu symptoms this year in 2025. But that's about it. They won't speculate something which happened in Wuhan way back in December 2019, 2020, January 2020. So we hope and pray that it isn't another COVID which has been leaked or however it's formulated. And we hope that if it is, that China does a better job of the isolation, which they didn't do last time. Last time, Wuhan, people in Wuhan, they could leave and they went on international flights, and then they went to different parts of China. Because Wuhan was going to go on lockdown and it was going to happen at a certain time. Even some Western journalists were there trying to get out of Wuhan before 1 o'clock in the morning, and they made it out, along with another 5 million people who didn't want to be stuck in a city with a potential virus like COVID. We all know what happened after that. So it's food for thought. I think it's a discussion point, and I hope and pray that it isn't related to anything more serious, and you would just say it's a higher than normal seasonal flu or influenza, which is affecting some of the people in China. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.